Hey, how you guys doing? So, the Nijigaku movie Part 1, the Blu-ray has been released, so of course that means we have finally have the opportunity to watch the MVs in full. The subs aren't out for English at least for the movie, so I'm not going to cover the movie yet. I just want to cover the songs. Now, we already covered how we would rank the songs by themselves, but we haven't covered how we would rank the MVs, so I'm going to go and do that right now. I'm going to rank it based on my opinion based on seeing only a few times because it just came out earlier today. So without further ado, let's go over the rankings. But before we'll do that, I'll give you a preview of all the songs, including Doko as well, if you wanted to see what that one was like as well. So without further ado, let's get a preview and then go to my rankings for these songs. So in 5th place, my least favorite MV is still gotta be Phoenix. It's got some nice things here, some parts of the elements of the stages, they look nice, they're shiny and all that. But this MV, overall, it's just a little bit worse than the other ones in my opinion. The MV, this one really symbolizes the art style of Nijigaku that I don't really like as much that they did. This one, the butchification, if you want to call it that. This one really makes it one stand out the most. The scenes, I feel like they're trying to tell a story here, but you know, there's a few scenes that I do like here where they showed a stage and flash off. I thought it was nice, and they showed a lot of environments. I don't really know how they string together, but all those look nice. But that's kind of true for all the MVs. I did like the part where it slowed down and you got to see her riding the sunset. I kind of like that part of the MV, and the stage itself, it looks nice, but it's probably my least favorite out of all of them. So in general, I think it's a decent MV. We got to see, you know, Baby Ranju, which I thought was nice to see. But in general, it's the weakest for me. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. I enjoyed watching all of the MVs, but I enjoyed watching the other ones more, so that's why I'm putting this one in 5th place. So in 4th place, I have Shizuku's MV Rise Up High. The stage, it looks nice, but it's kind of simple. And especially when you compare to other stages, it feels a little underwhelming. And the MV, the main thing that you really see to be the gimmick is that it has a bunch of the other girls in it. You get to see a bunch of costumes and outfits, and I guess that's really fitting for Shizuku. She does theater. So it was really nice to see her switching between a bunch of outfits all the time. And you get to see the girls show up in other places where, like, you know, Shizuku has Emma in the poster, or you get to see other girls in other foreign posters where we had, like, Emma wearing the very traditional Japanese. We get to see a bunch of samurai scenes with all the girls involved. That was pretty fun, although it's kind of like a little quite different from the actual MV itself, which is a little interesting. So, I mean, it's still a fun MV. It matches the energy of the song, and I also like when the stage flipped over and we got to be underwater. I like the fact that they changed it for the chorus because not all of them do super drastic changes like that. So overall, it's a fun one, but it's only the 4th best for me. So in 3rd place, I put Kanata's MV Daydream Mermaid. I really want to put this first. It's my favorite song, and in general, the whole experience is probably my favorite because the song cares a lot. But the MV itself is good. I really like the stage. It's an aquarium. It would be cool if the aquarium surrounded her, but you don't get to see that really more until the end of the MV when it switches for the final chorus. But like, this looks clean, it looks nice, I like the animation, it looks great. The aquarium is not a simple stage in the background. Granted, it's just the back. But this is just a really fun one. We get a bunch of scenes with Kanto doing things, and it felt like kind of thing was ocean and water, but then it kind of switches to her with Haruka and a bunch of things that she does around. And there's a lot of nice looking scenes there too. But then it kind of switches to her going to space and a few other random scenes, which kind of throws off the scene selection for me, which is kind of part of the song's trying to tell a story here, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, what's the connection here. So I got that a little weird. I mean, yeah, it looks nice in space and all that, but what's going on here? So I got a little confused by that. But, you know, the aquarium looks really nice and flashy, and especially when I get into the chorus part, it looks fantastic, and definitely a really, really nice looking stage. But I'm a little confused by some of the scenes that are selected for this MV. So that's why I put it 3rd. I really want to put it higher, but those scenes are kind of odd in my opinion, so it hurts, but I'm going to give it 3rd. In 2nd place, I have Emma's MV, Kara Tesoro. So this MV overall is just very solid. It has one of the best stages. In fact, I think this is my favorite stage. The amount of effort that goes into the environment, the trees, the grass, the details, and all the vegetation, the buildings, and the effects that will come on later. Probably the best stage in general. The scene selection, it seems to be connected, especially more than like Kanata's, where you get to see Emma doing stuff where I feel like she's kind of down and maybe she's missing home. So we get to see parts of, I'm assuming where she's from Switzerland. So that was nice to see, granted in very small segments. But it feels like I can generally build a story a little better than what we'll do with Kanta. Although, Sunny scene's just kind of like, she just looks down. So I'm not quite drawing a whole lot from that. But the stage looks nice. And it was nice to see her interact with Ten. Especially when they had to transition between her switching into Ten, the other girl, who's playing that, whatever that guitar instrument is. I thought that was really nice to see. It's a great choreography, and when the stages switch as well in here with all the lights, dang, that looks good. So I really enjoyed this one. This is a solid song and MV, great package overall. I gotta say this one was very good. And in 1st place, I'm gonna put Stellar Stream. It just slightly beats out Kara Tesoro, and for the part of reasons is the scene selection that they have here. So the stages, I think this one looks nice as well. I'm still going to give the edge for Kara Tesoro for that. And yeah, there's a little bit too much anything in the beginning. Granted, it's not the worst problem to have. But when you get into the scenes, I feel like this tells the best story. You get to see really nice environments. You get to see the time lapse, which I thought was really cool, over the city. And you get to see all the other girls in there. And one of my favorite scenes, just out of all of them, is where we get to see Ayumu look back at all of her outfits for all of the songs that she did in the anime. That was just really cool, and we even get to see the other girls as well as they're climbing up the stairs with their solo outfits. I don't know, those are just some really cool scenes that really sold this MV to me, and there's some other ones as well where you get to see all the sparkles and lights. And that's the kind of stuff I like to see in MVs when they switch between the dance. They get to show scenes like this, which really sells it for me. And that's what I really enjoyed about this one. Otherwise, we got her and her copies dancing as well, which I thought was really nice. But overall, I just really enjoyed this MV. So anyways, those are my picks for these MVs, strictly based on the visuals themselves. I'm not trying to incorporate how the song sounds with it, as I already did that before. So this is just more focused on the actual visuals itself, and based on only seeing it a few times. But I want to get this out as soon as possible because I want to show you guys what these MVs look like, because that was one of the big shining things of this movie, is seeing those MVs. I guess later I can talk about the movie once I actually get subbed for it, whenever that is. But overall, there's some pretty nice looking MVs, and it's nice to be able to see the full thing. But of course, I'm curious to see what your guys' opinions on this as well. So when you get the opportunity to watch the full MVs, I will love to see your opinions on it. So click the link in the description below. You'll be able to find the poll where you get to rank these MVs from 1 through 5. I would advise you to rank them based solely on the visuals. So whatever you feel important for that, like if you just like the way it looks, the outfits, the stage, the choreography, whatever, feel free to vote for all that. And I'd love to see your explanation in the comments as well. So I'm curious to see how this changes or varies from the rankings based on the songs, because we already know what the overall favorites are from. But I'm curious to see how much it changes, because just visually, my favorite was not the same as my favorite song. My favorite song was Daydream Mermaid, but I didn't even give it first place here. So who knows? I'm curious to see. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another video soon.